What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. Something a little different today. I mean, I've done it before, but just something a little different from the normal video. This is going to be a short, it's like 7 minutes long, clip from the 2-year anniversary live stream from last week to close out the show, and that's part of the reason why I am breaking this out into its own little clip. To close out the show, so this was 4 hours into that live stream. Someone asked a question in chat about predicting PSA's pricing once the backlog is clear. So we did a little around the horn. Everyone gave their predictions and reasoning behind it to see what PSA pricing would be. So I just wanted to kind of clip that out and make it its own little thing. So I thought it was a pretty good discussion. Some fun jokes in there as well, mostly at Filmington's expense. So you're going to get, because I'm Carlos, Filmington, and Spidey Hits, aka Justin, and myself's thoughts on PSA pricing going forward. If you're not already checking out their channels, I strongly encourage you to go do that after this video is over. You can find Carlos at Because I'm Carlos. You can find Filmington at Filmington, and you can find Justin at Spidey Hits for all things Marvel cards. Filmington for all things baseball, and Carlos for all things Canada. So smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Go check out their channels. Let's go ahead and get to the clip. Dave asked, and we'll probably close out on this one. So we mentioned it earlier. The elephant in the room is the PSA backlog. That is about to not exist. Carlos, where do you see PSA pricing being for, let's just call economy level and bulk?
US dollars, please.
Yes, U.S. dollars, not Timbits, not Canadian maple.
So fake inflationary dollars?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Let's by the end of the year.
Quit it.
I'm sorry. I was asking.
Yeah.
By the published number was 7% inflation.
What does PSA bulk cost, and what does economy cost? And if you don't think PSA bulk will be open by the end of the year, that is a fair answer as well.
I think they will open. I think they'll open a variation of bulk. I think there will be. I think there'll be a $25 level. And I think there will be a lower one, but I think it's going to be based on set registry. I think they're going to make a level available for set registry stuff that will allow those folks to have it. I feel like $25 is a number that they'll settle in on one of those. The lower one, whatever it ends up being, like 15 or 20, will probably be for set registry folks.
Filmington, same question. What is bulk by the end of the year, and what is economy by the end of the year?
I was just reading these two comments. Somebody called me Farmington.
I like
the hair loss video reference.
That's where the $1 million came from. That's where the $1 million came
from. I might make a sequel to that. With the same.
How did you grow back? Like, what's the
I was going to say, could the sequel be you growing it back, having a LeBron recovery? All of a sudden, the hairline came back
like that with some spray paint. It's like going bald ruined my life. It's for losers. And I don't want to brace that. That's not who I am. But yeah, hopefully it'll be funny, and hopefully it gets more videos in my card videos that I used to make. More views. Nice. Bulk pricing in US dollars by the end of the year, once a backlog is through, which I still have about 4 million cards left, but they'll get through that in Q3.
Yeah, they're saying backlog will be cleared by early fall. So let's say the backlog's done by September 1st, but we know they're going to prime the pump before that because they're going to want cards there to grade.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna say at least 20, but under 35. So let's just say I'll go. They don't want to piss off collectors too bad because they've been unavailable to like 90% of people that used to grade them for such a long time, right?
That's why I gave the caveat for the set registry. I actually think there should be a tier, and I believe they will incorporate it because now they're getting better at having the database. If something is in the set registry, I wouldn't be shocked if they provided you something like, hey, this is for your set registry. Here's your rate for that. Have fun.
Yeah. Or like an economy style event of like, hey, we're going to do $8 for set registry stuff. There's going to be 1,000 slots. Join the event Thursday at noon.
Yeah. Because now that's in their wheelhouse. If they want to offer a cheaper thing, they can do an event to limit the amount that they take in. So it's not too crazy, but it's not meant for like, oh, you want to submit some modern basketball prism? Not so much.
No. I'm building the Bull base set, but I Sorry if I'm
Yeah.
going to cut you off there.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's so many different things that they could do, and once you take into account like limits, then it could really be any dollar amount, right?
Yeah.
It really could. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's going to be under 12. Um,
just say
let-
generally
let's-
speaking for your app, I want to log on the PSA website and I want to send them cards. I don't give a shit about an economy, any event. I'm a member. I just want to log on and
right,
send you.
and then somebody brought up era, which makes more sense in the comments. So 20. It's got to be a round number this time. So they've got to stick with it for a while, right? It's not gonna end with a 3, 4, or 7. Let's just say $25. Economy right now it's 50 and it's capped, right? No, they just opened it up.
At least it's wide open now.
Yeah, it's wide open now. So with that would be, I'm gonna say 40, maybe like 25 and 40, or 20 and 40, something like that. I think that's possible, and that's gonna put pressure on SGC, and it's gonna put pressure on everybody else. So that'll be interesting.
SGC's number one influencer. I don't want to hear this SGC negativity.
I literally got a message. I don't like Neo, but I really liked his SCG video.
As
I have a
not
feeling I know-
as
do
the
I know
number
who that
3
message came from?
SGC influencer, Spidey, you're gonna have to get the
I
acronym.
have a feeling I know who that message probably came from.
You probably do.
We have the
is it
same
is it
troll.
someone that's just, extremely huge SGC? I don't want to use the word fanboy.
Actually, that's not who it was. I
oh,
know
okay,
who-
that's who I was assuming that it was.
Yeah.
Justin, do you have any hot takes on PSA pricing? As someone that's just diving in the grading.
Yeah, obviously out of my depth here, but here's my thoughts on it. Anyways, with the economy headed where it's going, with the fact that CGC is going to open up for Marvel cards, with the fact that it appears to me that the NFL draft sucked this year, and
Accurate.
people are not going to be submitting those cards at an extraordinarily high level. When does NFL?
Well, we still don't
release?
have last year's product though, so
Oh, well,
that's
then,
Yeah.
Well, that messes up my
it's-
timeline.
you both statements are correct. This year's NFL draft sucked from a card market perspective, but we still don't have last year's NFL product because things are so delayed.
And did I see? Oh Lord, I'm not gonna get myself in trouble. Who's projected to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft?
Chet Holmgren most likely, but that could go.
I don't know.
It's a weird. It is a very weird upcoming NBA class. But to the same point, we don't have last year's NBA product yet for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so
It's
I'm
very
just
much-
thinking like it
Think of
doesn't
Spider-Man
seem
metal.
like-
Everything's delayed.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like there's something that's like everybody's going to want to get that in, so to speak. At a high level. But with all those things happening, I don't see how PSA doesn't go back to pretty close to the pre-hike prices at some point. I don't know when that happens, but I think they're used to grading a lot of cards, and they need to keep that their coffers filled with cards to grade at the level that they're at now. And to do that, they got lower prices. And so
Good
is
point.
that,
Capacity, you got to take advantage of it.
yeah, I mean, is that
Scale they built.
$15 a card for bulk and then 25, 30, 40 for economy? I don't know, but
Yeah, they have the economies of scale to go crazy if they want to because they
Right.
built this all out.
Right.
I'll give my official prediction. I think we see $30 economy and $15 bulk by the end of the year. And then to Carlos's point, I agree. I believe there will be opportunities to grade things cheaper if you fall into certain weird little segments, whether they do they used to do quarterly specials, but now it'll be maybe like, hey, once a month, if you're building a set registry thing, we're going to do $8 submissions. Or if you're submitting something between 1970 and 1980, this week you could join a lottery to get $8 slot. Something 8, 10, whatever. I think there will be a price point option lower than $15, but it'll be niche, and it'll probably not always be the same thing. It'll rotate around to various different segments, so they could say that they're giving everyone a chance for cheap grading essentially. And I think we see all that by the end of the year. I really do. So to Justin's point about 1, the economy downturn, and then 2, just the general demand for grading, they have a lot of capacity to fill. I don't think you build out this whole system to then say, okay, cool, now we're going to lay everybody off.
Right.
Instead of just lowering the price point to fill their coffers as much as they possibly can. Because we all know they used to grade at $8 a card, and they were profitable at grading at $8 a card.
Yeah.
Whether they could still do that, I don't know with current wage hikes and everything else going on in the greater world. But at one point in time, they could do that. Whether they still can or not, I don't know.